Hello friends, I am Bixum. Welcome to my channel. So basically I created this channel to discuss and then you know record some sessions which can help newcomers, freshers who are looking for Active Directory jobs and some BTech students and some um, basically for freshers I can say. Um, Yeah, so this channel mostly covers Active Directory, Microsoft Active Directory, and then Microsoft Entra ID, so formerly known as Microsoft Azure Active Directory, and some sort of other Azure components and Windows OS and Windows servers and Windows client machines and some other network topics as well. um, so basically who wants to learn Active Directory, right? And they're supposed to know how this Active Directory works and where this Active Directory is really used by companies, these particular surveys in the company, because freshers or newcomers, they don't know from where to start and how to start and what to learn and what all are basics that supposed to learn, and before Active Directory what all are things that they supposed to learn. Okay, so let me show you some topics. Okay, basically when we say what is Active Directory, right? So this is the answers that you guys have to give. So Active Directory is a directory service developed by Microsoft for Windows domain network. It is primarily used for managing and organizing network resource. That includes, devices, printers, organization units, and computers and policies and etc. etc. But before you learn Active Directory, then you um, you should know some basics before Active Directory. I'll explain these 2 points as well. And but before that, I wanted to give you some history of Active Directory, how it was started by Microsoft, how they started developed Microsoft, and basically what is before Active Directory and when it is started and all that. Let me bring the window here. So I searched for particular what came before Active Directory, or um, what was before Active Directory, you know. So this is the answer I received from Google AI, right? Um, see, actually, Active Directory as a preview or a first time, released um, in the Microsoft history or Active Directory history. Preview was in 1999, and then released in the first with the Windows 2000 Server Edition. But before Active Directory, some anti-domain they suppose they were tried, and then LAN manager, and then other directory services like other companies, Novell and Banyan, all those LDAP and 3Com. The Carrier project was by Microsoft. It was completely stopped before that. Um, and then the birth of the Active Directory, the it was in Windows 2000 server in it started. Okay. Um, so that's where the Active Directory basically started. And then the companies and everyone started using the Active Directory. Okay, so um, I I was saying like before Active Directory that you have to learn something, right? And then you need to understand what is LAN. LAN, says LAN means like local area network. Okay, so it is a network that connects computers, devices, printers, and some switches from it can be within one particular building or maybe one particular office or single building or maybe two buildings adjacent to one uh, two buildings probably that communicates and connects the devices between the uh, uh, two other devices, I can say. And if you want to connect your few of the computers from from first floor to second floor, sorry, first floor to second floor and then third floor, or maybe sometimes you may have here you have one building and probably another building in the very near to that building, and then probably we wanted to share between the users like printers and files and some other you know internet access as well, right? uh, that's where we call it as within the building, or maybe one building or two building within, or maybe home, let's say home and school or offices, something like people will use 4 or 5 computers, or maybe sometimes people may use 100 computers in single building, that we generally call it as a local area network. I would like to show you the simple diagram so that you guys will understand. Um, Let me bring that diagrams here. Um, okay, let's say this is the one simple diagram. I have big diagrams as well, but I just wanted to show you. So this is like one switch, and this is another switch. Probably you can connect one switch to another. Switch is like physical device wherein you have cable inserted there, and that cable goes to printer, or maybe we call it LAN cable, right? So from switch to any other IP phone, internet phones, and then PCs or laptops, right? That we connect. So this is simple. So that switch can be connected to hub switch or maybe another switch. As I said, switch is in a physical device. It may have 50 ports, the or maybe 10 ports, depends on companies that depends on models that we get those models. Could be 10 ports, could be 20 ports, could be 50 ports, depends on make, and then how many ports that you wanted. So yeah, sometimes in home that we may require only 10 ports, or right, or 5 ports, right? Then simply we wanted to connect printer, laptops, PCs, and something like that. It's a simple diagram. I would like to show you another one as well. This is WAN diagram though. This is again WAN. This is WAN. This is LAN diagram if you see here. So if you see here, this is a router. From router to switch will come. So router also one of the physical component. Sorry, physical device that can be connected to switch, and then from there the cables can go to printer, computers and laptops and all, and so on, that we can connect. This is simple LAN we consider, as I said, if you wanted to set up this kind of setup in your home or in your office or maybe school or anything anywhere, then these switch should be there. Without switch, we will not be able to connect, switch, and probably we will have to have the cables. These days we have like wireless, routers as well, switches as well to connect to our laptops and other printers. So just wanted to let you know that as well. And yeah, this is again WAN. Okay. Uh, yeah. So now let me discuss about the WAN. So why you should know about WAN, right? So sometimes offices may not be within our one building, right? Sometimes our offices can be like office can be expand to some other city. Office can be expand to some other state, or office can be expand to some other countries as well, different countries as well. Okay, that's where the wide area network is useful. So yeah, if you read this right, then you will easily understand, right? It connects, let's say, LAN to LAN, LAN and then another LAN, another LAN. Like one city, you have one building, that is one LAN, and then another city, you have one building, and then that is one LAN. But if you wanted to connect from this city building to that city building, let's say from city A to you wanted to connect to city B, consider in India, let's say we have Hyderabad, we have Chennai, we have Delhi and Mumbai and all that, right? Then if you wanted to connect your network from Chennai to Delhi, and then from Delhi to Hyderabad, and then Hyderabad to Chennai again. That's where the wide area network is geographically connected, we call it, right? And sometimes in India, this business is here, and but the business can be expand to Australia, or business can expand to America, London, and all that, right? That's where the cities and countries will within in a globe. That's where the wide area network comes into pictures to connect smaller network to multiple LANs and connect to different locations, and then connects from one city to another city, from one country to another country. That's where we call it as WAN. So it is very important to understand what is LAN and what is WAN before you actually learn Active Directory. If you don't know this WAN, you don't know this is LAN and then all that, right? And then you will be, you will not be able to understand Active Directory. So that's where I wanted to at least explain you these things, right? Um, so yeah, I wanted to show you WAN as well, WAN diagram as well. You see the, I was saying this is one LAN. Consider this is one LAN, and this is one LAN. This is in one build, one, consider in one building, and this is in one building. Probably consider this is in one city and this is another city. Then if you wanted to connect this LAN to LAN, then you should have the connection between here. So there will be one router and there will be one router here, and this will be connected. So I'm just simply explaining you how servers, workstations from LAN to LAN, and so multiple LANs you consider as WAN. That's easy to, make it clear. Let me show you some other WAN, yeah, diagrams. If you see, this is one LAN. This is consider router or switch. This is switch. This is the gateway router. This is the server, and this is the user's workstation. Simply consider, and this is switch, as I said. And yeah, connecting from one LAN to this LAN, connecting one LAN to this LAN, then we should be needed. This is LAN. This LAN can be in one city, this LAN can be in one other city, and this is in another city. Okay, that's where we'll. So this can be different country as well, right? So that's what you have to understand. Let me show you another WAN diagram. Yeah, if you see here, this is also another notation, wide area network. Okay, this is also in another diagram. Um, you can understand this is another branch, one, two, three, four branches, and this can be our data center. Probably data center, I'll explain later. The simple word in data center is you have all your in one particular building or one particular location. You will have your data center. It means all your servers will be located in this data center. So that's where we call it as data center. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is another land diagram though. This is simple network diagram, how devices switch routers, and from Wi-Fi, how the smartphones, laptops will connect, how the internet will come to router, and from the router to network goes to switches, and from switches to desktops and printers, scanners, and phones, how the internet connects. That's the what are the components that we require, right? This is how it is. Okay. So yeah, let me even show you the simple um Active Directory diagram. Basically, we are talking about the Active Directory, right? So let's say how Active Directory is controlled and how Active Directory is centrally manage the users, computers, uh, the files and file shares and printers and all that. I'll explain in next probably next video. You know, um, how the what all are the Active Directory components and uh, what all are physical um, physical components of Active Directory and logical component of Active Directory as well. But today I'll just explain the, let's say you will create uh, one simple ABC domain, abc.com. This is the domain that you create. Okay, and I'll show you practical as well. I'm just explaining you, and then you may have another child domain under this particular forest. Basically, root. I'll explain as well that what is root and what is child and what is parent and what is forest and all that. You see now, this is let's say uh, one.abc.com. Okay, and this is another. I'm just giving you some example. abc.com. Now this is we consider as one domain. Okay, this is also one domain. This is also one domain. Okay, so this is domain. We call it as parent. Okay, this is sorry. Give me 1 minute. This is domain, right? Domain, domain, and this is also domain, and this is also one domain. Now This one we consider as parent domain. This is parent. Okay. And also we call it this one as root, root to domain. Okay. Make sure to understand this. Uh, when we create first domain, right? In Active Directory, when we create first domain, then this domain, when we install or when we create a first domain, this one will be a even forest root domain. Okay, this one will be again forest root domain. Make sure to remember this one as well. Forest. Okay, forest root domain. Okay, so the first one will be always parent, and this is considering again one domain, and this is a root domain, and this is a forest root domain. Okay, when we create this, and if you wanted to create another child domain, let's say now I gave as example 1 and 2 here, because to understand you one child domain, another child domain, right? It can be sales.abc.com or marketing.abc.com or etc. You consider, let's say, like uh, USA.com or India.USA.com or London.USA.com. You can give any name. It's based on company to company. They give the names, right? When you create first root domain, and then when you create another child domain, there will be a trust automatically created between this. Okay, and there will be a two-way trust, because it needs to trust both, because this is parent and this is child. Okay, yeah, again this is again child. Okay, okay, whatever, child. Okay, and this one also again we consider as child. So now when you create another domain, right, that is also will be a trusted domain for this. Now you may have a question, right? Can I create under this one as another domain? Yes, you can able to create another domain also. You can create under this one. Like that, you can create any number of domains from uh, one domain to another domain. Sorry, one domain to another domain you can create. No problem at all. Okay, so this will be like this. So now this will another child, right? So this child will become like uh, let me write that. Okay, consider sales dot one dot abc dot com, because this will be child for this domain. For this domain, parent is this guy and grandparent is this guy. This. So like that, the domains can be created. Of course, I don't want to go in deeper. I'm just giving you starting structure of how Active Directory will be built and all that. Okay. Now the simple, right? This is the root domain, and then again for this child domain, for this again this one child domain. Now, what all are other things will be there in the domain, if you ask, like whatever we consider, because it needs to access the files, it needs to access the servers, web pages and all, etc., etc., whatever company business and all that. In every domain, the common things are organizational units, OUs we consider, call it computers, servers, and users, all are common in every domain. Every domain, all are common. So that I will, when I explain you in lab, I will, I'll explain you all the stuff. I don't want to go more and more. It's already been 25 minutes, so I don't want to prolong much. Next video I'll cover some of the other, whatever I'm saying, like organization units and computers and group policies, users, and all that we can discuss. Okay. And yeah, please subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching my video. Share this video with your other friends who are seeking, who wants to learn Active Directory. You can share this video, and you can like, and even comment whatever you want to comment, like questions you may have for this discussion. Then probably you can um, put a question so that I'll explain you guys. Okay. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye bye.